Good morning, my brothers. Today, January 6th, got it right this time. So we turn to the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, for God's daily dose of wisdom. And as I was reading through, verses 12 through 15 just jumped off the page. And it goes like this: a worthless person, a wicked man, is the one who walks with a perverse mouth, who winks with his eyes, who signals with his feet, who points with his fingers, who with perversity in his heart continually devises evil, who spreads strife. Therefore, his calamity will come suddenly. Instantly he will be broken, and there will be no healing. Wow. Okay, so what is he talking about here? What kind of an individual is he talking about? Well, it's a worthless person and a wicked man. He starts it off that way. And he describes this worthless person and a wicked man as somebody who's he's not using words, but he's signaling with his eyes and with his feet and with his fingers. So unspoken, nonverbal signals to his partners to do something. And a lot of times what would happen is in the marketplace, there would be people who would go through the marketplace who would try and swindle the sellers in the marketplace. And this is how they would communicate with each other. They would wink with their eyes, scrape with their feet. That signals with his feet. Actually, if you dig into that word, signals with his feet, it's actually talking about a way of scraping with your foot on the ground so that you send a message. Points with his fingers. You know, you even in conversations, when people are having a conversation, but they don't want somebody else to know that there's some meaning or message to go between them. You know, they kind of have their fingers up by their face, and they do something with their fingers, and typically it's one finger in a lot of cases. I'm sure you've seen that. This is what the writer of Proverbs is talking about here. Somebody who has perversity in his heart, who's continually devising evil, and who's spreading strife. This is the individual that is being described here. And, you know, as I was going through there, I was thinking, okay, what personal application does that have in our lives, in my life? Lord, what is it that I need to take to heart here? And what came to mind was that our speech, and we've talked about this, our speech needs to be with grace. It needs to be verbal. Our communication needs to be clear, not veiled in secrecy, not hidden in our meaning, but straightforward and truthful, but full of grace. And as I was meditating on this, it hit me. I don't know if you guys have been following the whole Twitter files revelation that's going on, but and it's just continuing to come. I mean, there's more revelations to come, and if you haven't been following it, I don't blame you, because it's a sordid affair. But what it does is it describes a government who was doing these very things, who was suppressing the truth and trying to do things in a back-channeled, backhanded, very covert, secretive type of way, which is what this proverb is talking about, doing things secretively, maliciously secretively. And this is what the Twitter files are revealing, that the government has been doing that for a long time on a number of different topics. And it brought me a great deal of dismay when I came to that realization, until I came to that last verse where it says, instantly he will be broken and there will be no healing. And I believe that is a principle, not a promise, because Proverbs doesn't go into promises, but it talks about principles. I believe that this is a principle that holds not just for an individual, but for individuals groups of people who were involved in that type of activity. I pray that that's the case, because we need accountability. We need accountability in each other, brother to brother, man to man. And that's why I love this community, because there's accountability, there's encouragement, and there's this iron sharpening iron type of environment that we can get better. And I love that. But I also pray that there is an accountability at the level of our government where this is taking place, because this is just simply unacceptable. To have the government break its own constitution and work in back channel methods in order to try and suppress the truth and accomplish things in a malicious and secretive way. I pray that the Lord brings His mercy and His judgment so that these kinds of things can be cleared up. Well, I love you, my brothers. I pray for you. And I'm looking forward to serving with you on this next upcoming Tres Dias weekend. God bless you. Go out and make a difference in someone's life today. Take care.